Hello and welcome to Gathering Steam, another exciting digital episode focusing on possibilities that exist when a young person partakes in STEAM-related pursuits. And what is STEAM? Science, technology, engineering, math, right? All seen through the lens of artistic expression. And that's what we talk about on the show. We gather up STEAM educators and students, and we talk about possibilities, and we share success stories. Today, we're going to talk about some big possibilities that exist for the students of the Global Clubhouse Network, namely the Reach Media Festival, a global opportunity for young people to express themselves in various forms of digital media and get their work seen and collaborate and showcase on a global stage. Joining us from Oakland, California, Jeff Arthur is going to be talking with us about the genesis of the festival and what's in store this year. And we have from Minneapolis, a tech center educator, JT Evans is going to be joining us to talk about some of the success stories that he has seen with his students over the years and the challenges that he is throwing out to his kids this year. So with that said, let's go right to Jeff Arthur from Oakland, California, Global Clubhouse Network. I'm doing great, man. Thanks so much for coming on the show. And thank you so much for what you're doing with the Reach Media Festival. And, you know, an opportunity here to change lives of young people. Tell us a little bit about the genesis of your media festival and what do you got in store for us this year, Jeff?
Sure. So the Reach Media Festival, Reach stands for Revolutionizing Expression at the Clubhouse. And it's the Clubhouse Network's signature opportunity to showcase young people's work and have them be able to express themselves about topics that are important to them. This is our 5th year of the festival, going into our 6th year. And the genesis, we were involved in this program that Adobe had actually created called Adobe Youth Voice. And that was creating with a sense of purpose using Adobe product. And after that was over, they kind of shut down the program. And we had such a good momentum with young people creating work, showcasing work, really excited about the opportunity to express themselves that we said, instead of just allowing this to fall by the wayside, we create our own media festival. So Reach was born.
Now, of course, we're in a very different world now. I mean, things happened very quickly in early 2020 and everything's gone virtual. Was that a big challenge for you? I mean, how much of this were you doing virtual beforehand and where are you now with this being forced to do everything in virtual?
Yeah, that's a good question. The Reach Media Festival itself has always been kind of virtual. So everything lives online. Voting happens online. The judges vote. There's a judges vote and then award category. And then there's a audience award. And it's that has always lived online. We did, however, we presented it on in person. So we would present it the Reach Media Festival and give the awards out at our annual conference, and then showcase it again at like our network-wide opportunities like regionals, summit, and team summit. And so this year is going to be different because everything is happening virtually, even the awards show, which we got to take earlier in the year. But I think the creation aspect of it is the same, and as long as young people are speaking about issues that are important to them, we're happy to showcase.
Tell us a little bit, if you will, about some of the success stories that you've seen over the year. I know we're going to talk with somebody that's made an impact on your festival over the year, JT Evans. He's going to be coming to us from Minneapolis here in just a minute. What sort of impact have you seen in the lives of young people over your years doing this?
Yeah, so I think the biggest impact and the thing that is out of everything, the Best Buy has been amazing at supplying prizes. The media gets showed and shared a lot. But I think the most important thing is that the young people are really talking about issues that are really important, and they're kind of building that muscle to comment about things around them and their world around them. And so one of the greatest examples um, of that, I'll say this: that's the content where young people are almost using it as creating the media as therapeutic. That to me is just the best example. So we've had examples of young people who maybe harming themselves or something, and through creating and kind of letting that um, the frustrations and creating media um, through the work that they're making through the Reach Festival, creating the media, um, raising awareness for teen depression and some of the issues that they're facing. It's actually been a therapeutic process for them. So real healing is taking place within that individual, and then sharing it with other teens around the world to kind of let them know that they're not alone in that. So that's
Yeah,
been
it
really
really is empowering. And I mean, as a teacher myself, I taught digital media in public high schools for 12 years, and that was one of the mantras, the thing that I just kept pounding to kids was, look, you can be the next PewDiePie, you can be the next YouTube superstar, you can make millions of dollars. Great, knock yourselves out. However, you also have an opportunity here to share your unique voice, your unique talents with the world, and speak to things that are important to you that you could help affect positive change in your world. One person can start a YouTube channel, a young person go out there and in a very short period of time have an audience bigger than CNN. That is unbelievable. And talk about empowering. So I think it's wonderful, that opportunity that you guys are offering to maybe spark that in the young person.
I think the other thing is that we are in such a unique period right now where the entire world is going through something at the same time. Like I don't know when the last time that's happened, and so I'm really looking forward, and I think the network staff is really looking forward to the content and the media that was created this year, because I'm sure a lot of it is going to speak to that. Whether we're talking about the George Floyd protest, Black Lives Matter, that also went worldwide, or the pandemic, shelter in place that is definitely going on. So yeah, we're really excited about it here.
Well, I appreciate everything you're doing. We're folks. If you're listening here online, we do that glitching you're hearing in Jeff's audio is coming through the system here, so it's not your computer. We apologize about that. I don't know if you're on Wi-Fi or if you're on a LAN connection, but I think we're getting some internet congestion on your end. We can still understand you, but it's not crystal clear on your end. So, but I appreciate
Okay.
your time. Is there any, before we jump over to JT and learn about his involvement with this, anything else that you want to add to our viewers? Maybe how can they get in touch with
Yeah, I mean, the
you? Where do they
reason
go?
um, JT is an excellent guest to have on here also, because he has consistently have his young people participate in the Reach Media Festival for like all the years we've been in existence, and they have consistently put out like top quality work, and so that's one of the reasons that he's a guest on here. Um, but yeah, I'm Jeff Arthur. I'm the community liaison for the Clubhouse Network, and have worked at the Clubhouse Network for 20 years. Um,
You broke up really bad on there. Can you say that again? Your community
uh,
liaison for go ahead.
my title is the community liaison for the Clubhouse Network,
Okay, and how do people get in
and
touch with you and plug into the opportunity here through the Reach Media Festival?
yeah, you can contact me at jarthur@theclubhousenetwork.org, and we'll be sending messages out throughout the network of the media festival. And it's time to upload. It's actually open right now, so we're taking submissions from now until February 12th. which happens to be my birthday also. So,
Well, there you go. What a grand way to celebrate your birthday. Jeff Arthur, thank you for everything that you're doing. We appreciate your service to the young people of our world and this opportunity that you set up for them to express themselves and make a difference in their world through the Global Clubhouse Network. It's an honor to meet you, and I really appreciate this collaboration. Apologize about the technical glitches here, but I think we're getting the point across, and looking forward to working with you more using these pretty cool virtual technologies. And thank you again. So inspiring. This is a wonderful story, and we are looking forward to digging in a bit more. We're about to do so with JT Evans, coming to us from Minneapolis, Minnesota. JT, tell us a little bit about your involvement in the Reach Media Festival and your involvement with the Global Clubhouse Network. Welcome to the show.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
So I am the Hope Community Best Buy Teen Tech Center coordinator in South Minneapolis. So we've basically been a clubhouse and in the Clubhouse Network for going on 3 years now. And for the last few years, we've entered some of our films. Some of our youth have entered their documentaries, pictures, music videos, and things like that into the Reach Media Festival. And we've been lucky enough to win a few awards, especially in the music video department.
Trapper, grow. Trapper, grow. Trapper, grow. What you doing, bro? I don't know. Trapper, grow. Live it up, live it up, live it up, and fly, little, cause you're mine.
And yeah, our kids really look forward to it every year, and it's a really good way to engage them in trying to, put projects together and go from start to finish.
And one of the things that we were talking about in the interview with Jeff, I was making mention of the importance of instilling in young people responsible use of technology. And I don't say that just in terms of, being a good parent or a good teacher and not doing inappropriate things online. I mean, that's part of it, being responsible, right? But I'm talking about teaching kids and giving them an opportunity to empower them to make a difference in their world, to use technology not just for the sake of making money, not just for the sake of having fun, but to actually create a better world. Talk to us a little bit about how that message translates with your students and some of the powerful works that have come out of these projects.
So I definitely agree with you. We definitely try and influence our kids to create art that's meaningful and impactful. And we know the kids know the Reach Festival is for things that are important and impactful. So they know they'll some of our youth will come in and do, other songs and stuff that aren't as on the meaningful side of things, but they're coming to the tech center to do that. But they know in order to be in the Reach Festival, they have to, do something thoughtful and something that's gonna, influence positivity, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the last few years, we've done songs. So we did a music video on basically Black women empowerment, which was, I think, a really powerful video called Black Girls Fight Too.
Shine so bright to be seen from far away, far away.
This last previous thing our video won for it was a music video promoting healthy food and eating right. Some of our tech center members. Yeah, some of our tech center members were a part of another after-school program in Minneapolis that focuses on growing food and eating healthy and eating right. That organization is called Appetite for Change. Mm-hmm. So the girls who work there are also members of the tech center. So they created a a music video and collaborated with some of our youth who are really good at like directing videos and things like that,
Right.
and submitted it knowing it was a good message, and actually won.
All the stuff doing to you, why every night somebody got a shoe? Boy, you should know that the youth is the truth. We got the produce, we got the food. We don't know you, well, who is you? Can't come to AFC, you can't get a boot. I've growth, you trapped on home, you stuck in that trap, ain't nothing like home. You don't see no color, you don't see that sugar, that jugger, that pain, the gain, that hustle. Just go home, stay on lane, come to AC and chill the gang. Tell that Lex we high command, building that brand and we getting that grand. We on that corner, ain't nothing playing, shooting dice with your life, the stupid stuff. You don't live twice, do you wanna die? You should honor your life. Why when you see them, it's always on side. Our block boys is minded, their future bright. The struggle's real, I know you feel. Let's come together and we can just build. Is you gon' trap? Is you gon' grow? From the highs into the lows. I'm with the gang, and I'm with the bros. And we on stage, and we doing shows.
So that was cool. And then this year, a video we plan to submit for the Reach Festival was by one of our students, Olivia, and that was obviously in Minneapolis has been really we've been really involved social justice wise with the George Floyd uprisings and things like that, and our youth were really heavily a part of it. Some of our youth helped basically organized a sit-in with over 10,000 youth came out to the state capitol in St. Paul, Minnesota, which is just right down the street from Minneapolis, and so they did that. Some of the kids from the tech center went out and shot footage of it, and then later on, one of our youth, Olivia, made a song trying to encourage people to vote. And we've released that already on YouTube, and through this whole month we've been kind of campaigning, having a virtual campaign to have people hear the video, hear the message, and encourage young people to go out and vote.
Same old song, rights for all just can't be wrong, so stand up, baby. Why do we get so hung up on the things that don't matter? Injustice makes us blind.
Hi, my name is Moyana Olivia.
And I'm Mac Turner. And if you want justice for George,
For Brianna, and for every name,
use your voice for change.
you have the power to fight for freedom and justice for all.
So that's been really a cool experience, very powerful, and we're excited to showcase that video in the Reach Festival as well.
That's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate everything that you're doing. And a word of encouragement to young people that are out there that are watching this, listening. Maybe they're sitting on the fence. Maybe they're burning with ideas and passion. They have that inside them. But the idea of expressing themselves and entering this global stepping out onto the global stage might be a bit intimidating for them, and they're holding back. What can you say to them?
Well, I think regardless, you always have to start somewhere. And I think the Reach Media Festival is a great space for that. It's a safe space. People are really accepting, all the different coordinators across the network, like me and you, and then obviously Jeff. They're really kind of encouraging and always open to new ideas and things like that. And then another thing I would say is that it's not only about the Reach Media Festival, because we've done a lot of projects that we've entered in the Reach Media Festival, and that just helped us go on to other festivals. So we want to Reach Media Festival. It's like, oh, maybe we should try putting this into a different festival.
Right, that builds confidence, right? To have some successes. Yeah.
3 months later, we flew out to New York City.
Wow.
For the All-American Youth Film Festival, which was really cool. So things like that, like the Reach Festival, kind of opened up the possibility of knowing there's other things out there. And then just knowing that, we have this network of support and people really, liking it. When you're creating art, obviously the most important thing is to have people see it and people view it and people kind of understand where you're coming from as a creative. And this is perfect for that. And it's a good networking opportunity as well, because the youth have been able to touch base with other youth that are fans of their work, or vice versa. So it really allows for that kind of collaborative thing to happen. And I would also say to just not be afraid to really try. Like, it's really good to see the kids focus in on something and know that, it's not just a one day thing. Like, they put in weeks and months of work and then see it pay off. So that's, I think, what I would like kind of encourage other kids to look into.
That's outstanding. And I really like how you touched on the point that the doors open up. All of a sudden, doors of opportunity and possibilities open up, and a young person's world just suddenly gets so much bigger, and they see those opportunities and possibilities as potential pathways that can lead anywhere, and then one day they realize, what, man, I can do this, and I can go anywhere with this talent and work using these technologies, expressing myself, have a great career, maybe traveling the world, making my own art. I mean, that's a beautiful thing to see a young person blossom into that understanding about themselves,
Yeah, for sure. It really develops confidence, I think. Like Martez, one of our kids who directed and filmed a lot of the videos that have won at the Reach Festival, it's been nice to see him grow and see him challenge himself, but then get confidence like, oh, I won this year, I gotta try and up the ante and win next year.
Sure.
And things like that. And also, not only just with the Clubhouse Network in general, you'll get and the idea of it is to get kids in the door. They'll be really, obviously, so Tez came in, he wanted to do music videos and make songs and stuff like that. But then that opened the doors to, now he's like, okay, let me try documentary. And then we actually entered documentary into the festival, and then took that documentary, entered into the Minnesota State High School Film Festival, and he won Best Documentary. And that wouldn't have really happened unless he kind of opened himself to those doors while just being interested in music video production.
Yeah, I think this whole thing really speaks to the power of a STEAM a STEAM type of education. I think a lot of people misunderstand why that. They might look at the food, for instance. Yeah. Right? You might go, well, what does food production and diet have to do with technology and science, technology, engineering, arts, math? I think people misunderstand what a STEAM education is, and I think this is so important that you hit on that. So, for instance, the kids, while implementing technology, right, while expressing themselves artistically, they take the vantage point of exploring the science and the technology of food, nutrition, food production, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
From the vantage point of an artist. They look at those academic pursuits from the vantage point and through the lens of the expression of art. And that's kind of the point of STEAM, is you look at those academic pursuits as an artist, and you express and you learn while you're creating art. And I think that was a great example of the power of that. Look at what the kids learned about food production and nutrition, and then the ability to teach others that while they're expressing themselves as original artists. I love STEAM education, man. I mean, it's really it's really about life,
Yeah, for sure. And it's so relevant, obviously. It's going to be hard to find a job that doesn't include some sort of STEAM, in the future. So I think it's really important for our youth, and they're so good at it. They're better than us. They grew up with, more technology than I did. So most of the time I'm learning from them, and, it's just that collaborative effort that helps everybody get better at their craft.
Yeah, it's very cool. As educators in this, we're really mentors and turning young people on to the possibilities. And like you said, man, in my years, I've had kids come into my digital media program that ran circles around me technology wise. They could pick up a new piece of software, and within a couple hours, they're blazing at it, And it's like, it's so cool to see that happening and watch a kid go from one discipline to the next. Maybe they started out as a photographer, they love photography, and then they realize the science behind movie making, and that video is actually a series of still pictures, and you get into cinematography from photography, and then that door opens up into 3D animation. Next thing you know, they're building video games and learning coding, and it's just incredible how once those doorways of possibilities unlock, that the sky's the limit for these kids. So kudos to you, hats off to you, my brother. Outstanding meeting you, and I'm looking forward to working with you in collaboration. Hey, maybe you can hook us up and we can do an interview with some of your past winners up there. That'd be great.
Yeah,
actually talk to some of the kids.
That'd be a cool idea. I think we've talked about that in the past, I think. But yeah, let me know, and I'll definitely be able to get them set up, and they would love to be a part of it.
That'd be great. All right, JT Evans coming to us from Minneapolis, Minnesota. My colleague and cohort up there in Global Clubhouse Network Technology Education, talking about the Reach Media Festival. JT, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Yep, appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Bye.
All right, take care, buddy. All right, and there you have it. Another episode of Gathering Steam in the digital bag. My name is Sam Otero. We were just learning about the Reach Media Festival and the affiliation with the Global Clubhouse Network. For more information, visit the URL on the screen here and get involved, get your submissions in. You have until February to do so. My thanks to Mr. Jeff Arthur, who's spearheading that project for the Global Clubhouse Network, and our special guest today on the show, JT Evans from Minneapolis, who has seen success with his young people over the years in that festival and is going to be putting up the challenge to them again this year. So thanks so much for joining me on this episode of Gathering Steam. My name is Sam Otero. They call me Mr. E. I am out. We'll see you next time around right here on Gathering Steam.